Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I just want to do a little video, it'll be not a long video this one, but I want to do a video about the new Aberdeen manager, Stephen Robinson, who has signed a 3-year contract today as Aberdeen's new head coach. Personally, I think it's a really, really good appointment for the Dons. I think they waited too long right enough. It's been a couple of months since they've had a long-term permanent manager in the door. Peter Leaving has steadied the ship over the last few months, but Aberdeen have not been getting the results that they should be getting, considering the squad that they have, considering that the experience a lot of these guys in the squad have got. I don't think they're firing all cylinders at any kind of real pace at the moment. Kevin Nisbet's not scoring the goals that he should be scoring, and they're just not performing. They get battered in the cup last weekend off Dunfermline, and they've not been doing well. Obviously, they've got their director of football in there as well, who hasn't obviously done much because, like I say, Aberdeen have been pretty poor and they've not been getting results, and that's obviously not just Peter Leaving's fault. That's everybody involved at the club. I thought they were going to go and get the New York Red Bulls manager, but that seems to have fell through. And then they went and got Stephen Robinson. I mean, God knows what happened with the New York manager, but I mean, it all seems a wee bit. It seems as if Stephen Robinson wasn't the first choice. We can definitely believe that because, like I say, it's been 2 months and they were going after other managers. But I think eventually they've came to the right conclusion. I think that the guy knows the league, he knows the players, he knows how to win trophies with clubs that don't automatically win trophies every year. He knows how to get top six with smaller clubs as well. And, going to Aberdeen is a step up. So, I mean, he'll get more resources, he'll get more money to play with, and he's going to get better players to use. He is also going to be able to work with the youth, which Aberdeen said in their statement today is one of the major reasons why they went for Robinson, is because he's good with working young players and they're determined to make their youth academy one of the best in the country. So, I mean, it's the perfect fit for me. I think it's going to work. I think if he gets time, he needs time though. There is no point in bringing this guy in and after a few miserable results, or even if Aberdeen don't perform between now and then the start of next season, it takes them a couple of games. You have to give the guy a bit of time, give him a pre-season, get him some players in. And, the Northern Ireland job is going to be coming up, but I'm assuming that Stephen Robinson knows that because, Michael O'Neill was already signed a pre-contract with Blackburn Rovers, I believe it is. So, I mean, that job is coming up. I'm assuming that Michael O'Neill will leave Northern Ireland, although some people can do both. It has happened over the years, but I'm assuming that, he'll need full-time commitment to that job. So Stephen Robinson must just be accepting that. He's 51 years old, so it's like, he's still a young guy, he's still a young manager. He will still be wanting things to achieve at a club level, I'm sure, because it'll be day in, day out. For me, I've always said that for a country, for a nation's manager, I would think you need to be late 50s, early 60s, coming towards the last kind of 5-10 years of your career as a manager. Up to retirement, although we look at guys who are still managing this day, Claudio Ranieri and stuff like that, and even Martin O'Neill's 75 now, you know what I mean? So some guys can go on and on. But Stephen Robinson's still a young guy. He's still got plenty more years ahead of him, I'm sure, as a manager. So, I mean, it's a bit early to be going, I want to go and be a country, because at the end of the day, when there's no Euros and there's no World Cups, even if you're not an Ireland manager, you're no getting to every one of them. You'll be lucky if you're getting to one every 2 or 3 times it comes around. So, I mean, you're not guaranteed these competitions. But even if there's zero chance of a Euros or a World Cup that year, you're only out, working, 5-6 times a year, really. You know what I mean? You're always just looking at players and stuff, but you're not working all the time. And I think it's a kind of older man's job to stay at home a lot of the time and watch these players and stuff. So I'm assuming that's what Stephen Robinson's thinking. Or maybe he's got word that Northern Ireland have got their attentions elsewhere or other managers. But at the end of the day, Stephen Robinson has signed for Aberdeen. He will not be leaving to go to Northern Ireland. But at least St Mirren in a tricky position now. There's going to be names linked with that. I think they'll probably take their time with this. They'll probably have an interim manager in for the next week or two, possibly even towards the end of the season. I'm assuming that they might just kind of leave it there is kind of late on to be going out and paying money to go and get managers, unless his manager out a job at the moment who they feel can do a job. But the names linked have all got clubs at the moment. Guys like Neil Lennon, guys like Scott Brown, Mark Wilson, Charlie Adam. Well, Charlie Adams got a role at Everton, I'm sure still. So all these guys are all in work, I believe. So I mean, it's it's going to be tough for St Mirren to decide who they want to go for, because they will need to pay somebody out if they want to go and get somebody for a club. But time will tell, you know what I mean? Time will tell. I'm sure the next coming days will be interesting. We've got this weekend coming up with St Mirren play Rangers on Sunday. See how that goes. Aberdeen's first game is Saturday against Falkirk, I believe, at Pittodrie. So, St Mirren are in a tricky position, but they're still in a cup semi-final. They've still won a cup this season. They're not sitting great in the league at the moment. I think they will avoid relegation, to be honest with you. I think Kilmarnock will probably end up second bottom at this point. But anyway, it's going to be interesting. I do believe that Stephen Robinson will do a good job at Aberdeen. Let me know what you think in the comments. I know that a lot of Aberdeen fans are not really excited about this. I don't really know what they wanted, though. I don't really get. If you're an Aberdeen fan, who did you want then? Let me know in the comments who you wanted as an Aberdeen fan, because there's no point in just going out some foreign manager for the sake of him just because he's a foreign manager. You know what I mean? Look at Jimmy Tillane. He did a good, decent first job, first year in the job and stuff. They won the Scottish Cup, but then it was pretty poor this year. They've never done anything in Europe. They've never, to me, Aberdeen had a good start to last season and stuff, but they weren't I never thought they were ever going to see it through. You know what I mean? They just didn't have the squad, and I don't think Jimmy Tillane's a top manager or anything. So there's no point in just going out and getting a guy because he's foreign. Do you know what I mean? Give Stephen Robinson a chance. You've got to give the guy a chance. He came in here. He knows the league, like I say, he knows the players, and I think it's going to be the perfect fit. But like I say, guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Remember, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed yet. It really does help us out. Thanks very much, and all the best.